Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Panthers of Orlando taking on the LA Chargers.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
And a signal there for the fair catch, so this opening drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Run!
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Open man, the tight end Luke Schoonmaker. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
The Chargers at 7-2 here on the year. They've been playing their best football of the year. Winners are 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. When you look at this defense, they played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key.
Taylor tight.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
3rd and 12. Now it's Herbert. Now a deep one for Johnston.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defender's minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw here. Completes this to Elijah Higgins. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Trucks over him. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
When you look at this defense, they come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
5-9. Hey, ram.
Here's Herbert. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Give that sack to Nakobe Dean. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll set up a throw. rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Deion Henley.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick six.
And I know from experience throughout the week, when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick sixes and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Second and 6.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
23 yards the pickup there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. This pass complete to Higgins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll go down as a gain of 6. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. Right back to him on first down. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Looking to throw. Staying on his feet. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. The Panthers got to go quickly. They're moving with a sense of urgency right now. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Panthers. A great play there. With touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Now the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to play it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Go.
Herbert off of play action. Deep ball for Goodwin. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, LA. A great effort there. 56 yards. And the Chargers will take the lead here in the final minute of the fly on for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try. He's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Safety blitz, such a fun play call to witness when it works. And the deep man can get home for a sack. Great timing by him. Interception earlier in this contest. Now a sack. He's definitely campaigning for Player of the Week honors, isn't he, partner?
He'll drop to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free.
And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They're going to look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Marco Wilson. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. The fair catch taken short of the goal line, and they'll begin this third quarter at their own 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he is going to have the Panthers first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. They'll look to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Multiple couple of defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. He's got room past the 30.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one 28 yards on the ground. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They go with Cunningham.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Nice pickup, 10 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Pretty ideal right there. Keep it yourself, get the first down, and get the heck out of bounds.
And knowing him, I believe he's thinking, I can get a few more yards if I just lower my shoulder. But he also hears that second voice in his head. His head coach, and probably his agent too, saying, get out of bounds, man. Don't do that.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now 2nd and 3. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. A few moving pieces on that play, because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield, and if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game. Sometimes those tip balls turn out to be like a pinball, just bounce all over the place. Everyone's got to go up and get it. In this case,
well, we talk about tip drills for defensive players like you, but what about the offensive guys? Do they do any tip drills?
I think they work on it as well, oftentimes in the Hail Mary situation.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brian Burns in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Herbert.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. A bit of extra pressure now for this one on Joey Sly. Sly able to put this one through.
And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game. Done.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Higgins. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point. And quickly, they get to the line. Here they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Check smash! Check smash!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's complete to Pierce. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw. To the sideline and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Let's go now.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. His throw incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Again, Cunningham here on the ground, as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. Call it 7 yards on the carry, so a pretty good game, but still left with a top 3rd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down.
Ray.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Man open, it's Goodwin. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Sly able to put this one through, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the last time out, they had the good drive going. You get in the red zone, they throw the interception. Not their first pick of the game either, so we'll see if they're more careful, more cautious here on this drive.
Yeah, nothing worse than repeat mistakes, right? You end up coughing the ball up, you end up throwing a pick, everything goes awry. And now, points don't go up on the board. I just heard a fan scream out, I thought the idea was to score points. Yeah, they're getting a little restless too.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
19 tight.
Now back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was one they needed to connect on. They're down, but not quite out. So you have to figure, with under 2 minutes to play, they need to hit on something in very short order.
If you've been waiting all day for this Sunday nighter's been worth the wait. It's 3rd down here. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Here we go. This is 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great play there.
His 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers add on to their 4th quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
And he'll elect not to run with it. The fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as most.
Interception. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Run!
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do.